Hi, everybody. Welcome to the SIGMA EMPATH podcast. This is the rant edition. Today, we're going to talk about the concept of the dark empath. Do they exist? And if they do exist, what exactly is a dark empath? My name is Vital Germain. I'm a life coach. I'm an author, 7-time author. In particular, pink is the color of empathy, your 360 guide to being an empath, including narcissist recovery. My other book that I'm promoting and talking about recently a lot is because of the current energy that we're experiencing. It's 3 simple steps. It's all about maintaining and finding a healthy balance in your life. Life is currently challenging, a lot going on in the world. It's literally this all-out fight between good and evil. That's how I perceive it. The dark empath. Have you ever heard of the term? So according to common consensus, the short version of what a dark empath is basically an empath who also possesses traits of the dark triad. The dark triad means that you have Machiavellian tendencies, or you have narcissistic tendencies, or you have psychopathy. All the 3 plus a heightened level of empathy. That would make you, technically speaking, a dark empath. I don't subscribe to this theory. And I'm going to break it down, and I would love your thoughts as always. This is an interactive community. Let me know, have you experienced a dark empath? Do you subscribe to the concept of the dark empath? The reason why I don't subscribe to the concept of the dark empath, it sounds like this great term, is for several reasons. For me, the term dark empath is an oxymoron. It would be like saying, he's a really nice asshole, or she's a really nice biatch. The two, you are either one or the other, and good people can do bad things, and bad people can do good things, but fundamentally, you're a good person or you're a bad person. You can't be a good bad person. That's my really non-scientific foundation as to why I don't subscribe to the dark empath. Let me go a little bit deeper as to what the dark empath allegedly means. So if you look at the dark triad, they lack empathy. They either have a short empathy count or they have 0 empathy. My argument is, in particular when it comes to the narcissist, I believe narcissists do have empathy, even if it's only what's called cognitive empathy or even tactical empathy. Meaning, they know, they understand, they relate, they feel the pain that they are inflicting. They know what they're doing. The sociopath, I could argue, has 0 empathy because they don't feel any form of remorse or guilt to what they're doing. I believe that a narcissist can feel guilt. They might get a moment of, if they do take the time to self-evaluate, which is slim to none, but if they do, they can feel a level of, oh, maybe that was too much. Maybe that was bad, even though they're going to validate it in their head. But so most narcissists do have empathy. They know exactly what they're doing and they know what you're feeling. They do know what you're feeling. They just simply get pleasure out of knowing that they hurt you, that they crushed you. And so for me, the dark empath is not a dark empath. The dark empath is simply a narcissist with empathy. And I'm going to keep it that simple. It's a narcissist with a heightened level of empathy. It is not a dark empath. Because by definition, the empath cannot be a dark energy. It can't. It cannot coexist. Having said that, a wounded empath can temporarily go to dark places out of self-preservation. They've been so hurt, they've been so beaten up that to protect their mind, their soul, their conscience, they become emotionally disconnected and indifferent. They numb their senses. And in their hurt and their pain and their anger, they might be heartless in the way that they treat their abusers. So basically, it would be like if you abuse a good dog long enough, it might bite you. It never became a bad dog. It was a good dog that you overly abused, and in order to protect itself and defend itself out of desperation, it bit you back. That, for me, is the total analogy of the dark empath. It does not exist. A good dog that bites is not a bad dog. It's not a kind, aggressive dog. It's either an aggressive dog or it's a kind dog. And so, again, some of you might have experienced this with your empathy. As an empath, you've had moments when you are hurt and angry, and you have done some mean, ugly things. You've said some mean, ugly things to your narcissist tormentor. It doesn't now suddenly make you a bad person. Let me know if you've gone to that dark phase where you've been so hurt, so insulted, so wounded that you did retaliate. You wanted a level of revenge, and you did some mean things and you said some ugly things. But you were never a dark empath. You did not suddenly morph into a narcissist. So that's my theory behind the dark empath. By the way, I've been to some places where I've said some mean, ugly things in my anger and my hurt. And that ties into this next little concept. As an empath, we tend to be submissive because that's our nature. So again, the foundation of the empath is what's their nature. The narcissist nature is dark and evil. The empath's nature is always benevolent, kind, generous, giving. So they cannot be both. Again, a good person can do bad things. They're still fundamentally a good person. So let me know if you've done some ugly things, said some ugly things in your moment of anger, in your moment of wanting some level of revenge, some level of justice to your tormentor. And just to remind you, you never became a bad person. And that's why I don't like the term dark empath, because it taints, it minimizes, it undervalues the beauty of the empath. There is no such thing as a dark empath. You are either an empath or you are a narcissist. It is all about the essence of your character. Because remember, narcissists will do nice things. They can have kind moments. They're still a bloody narcissist. So take that into consideration about the dark empath. I'm going to stand up and protect the name and the meaning behind the word empath. It's this fancy psychological new term that they're trying to insert because they like to give things a label. There is no such thing as a dark empath. Let me know your thoughts. Thank you, everybody, for listening to the Sigma Empath Rant with my sidekick, Confucius. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a great week, everybody. And remember to exhale. It's heavy out there.